Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.
There's a lot I want to say to white leftists. I use leftists as an all-encompassing term to mean like white people or people who are, you know what, let's not even just say white people. Let's say people of color who are not black, non-black POC of the left, of left-leaning political beliefs. Well, first of all, I want to say that you can't solve the problems of the black community without including people of the black community, and it's quite disrespectful to have these conversations without directly including people of the black community. I have a list. No, you can't say the N-word even if it's for funsies, especially if it's for funsies. There's actually been a few white leftists who have been exposed for saying the N-word. It's quite embarrassing, actually. And then I saw Vosh in particular say that he uses the N-word when he's alone or something. I don't know, as like a joke or whatever. That's bullshit, and that's disrespectful as fuck. And I've yet to see him address it since. And yeah, that's a problem. How can you expect black people to work with you when you feel you have the right to disrespect us like this? Like, you have to be aware that many black leftists or many black people who are a part of the movement do not appreciate non-black people using the N-word, right? So if that's the case, why would you bother using it at all? It's just a word, like you guys say, right? So don't use it. It's not that hard. And if you need further explanation of why non-black people can't use the N-word, please feel free to click on one of my previous videos of why you can't say the N-word. I made it just for you guys. Most of you can't take criticism well, especially when it comes from the black community. You get really defensive. And like, we don't owe you something for having basic human decency. We really don't. You're doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. You should be educating yourself and other people about racism and anti-blackness. That doesn't change the fact that when you fuck up, you're gonna get called the fuck out. Stop telling us about your racist family members. I don't care. It does nothing but make black people upset. I don't care if your dad nonchalantly said nigger. It's none of my business. All I'm going to think is that your dad's a stupid asshole. So maybe don't tell us. No, not everybody can be vegan. It's not affordable, and it's not culturally possible for some people. Some cultures rely solely on animal meat and to like survive during certain seasons. And so stop telling people of color to be vegan. Stop harassing us, please. No, you still shouldn't wear dreads if you're not black. And this also goes into the category of being disrespectful and making spaces unfriendly to black people. I'm so confused. Like, how do you expect to do this whole movement thing without including black people? None of you, except for maybe ContraPoints, have made a real effort to make black people feel included. And that is something that you really, really should probably pay attention to. If your platform, if your community is inhospitable to black people, how do you expect to do this? I don't understand. You feel like you can like just speak on black people's problems whenever you want, and that you understand the black community more than black people do. And this isn't talking about anyone in particular. This is just talking about the left as a whole. Like, you guys really feel like you can solve our issues without us. It's crazy. The audacity. Like, honestly, it's the audacity that usually only comes from white people. But, you know, non-white people, non-white and non-black people have been caught doing this too. Like, non-black POC do this all the time. And it's really just disrespectful as fuck. What else is there? Black people are not here to validate you or make you feel less guilty. You don't get woke points for showing basic human decency, like I said. If you're feeling offended, you're probably a part of the problem. And what else? Just because you're better than garbage racists doesn't mean you're immune to criticism. You feel entitled to progressive spaces. I've been in these communities. I've been in a few discords, and I've chatted with many leftists, part of different communities or whatever, and it's always the same thing. Whenever I bring up the N word, it's always like, well, black people use it all the time. I don't give a fuck if black people use it all the time. I really don't. It doesn't make any difference because they're black. There's a huge fucking difference between a black person using the N word and a non-black person using the N word. And if you can't see that, you're just fucking ignorant at this point. And like I said, you feel entitled to progressive spaces just like you felt entitled to everything else. I've yet to see a leftist YouTuber actively address their black audience or attempt to make their space more black user-friendly or inclusive to black people. Except ContraPoints, of course. I've seen ContraPoints actually comment on this. And that's a goddamn shame, considering, there are quite a few leftist YouTubers out there now. I think they call it BreadTube now. That's the word for it, BreadTube. BreadTube is white as fuck. And y'all need to fix that. You really do need to fix that. I'm sure there's tons of black creators, leftist creators that you could platform. So get to it. Get to it, boo. The reason you make your spaces the reason you need to make your spaces black user friendly is because you all continuously answer for black people when racism is the topic. If I have to watch another fucking debate with a white person debating another fucking white person about how to solve the issues of the black community, my head is going to fucking explode. You are so annoying and disrespectful. Stop answering for black people. Stop it. It's so fucking what the fuck? We're fucking people. We're not babies. We can solve our own problems if given the right platform. We can have our own debates. We can fight our own battles. Who do you think you are? It's so amazing, isn't it? Wow, I didn't know you knew what it was like to struggle as a black person. Oh my God, maybe I'm the wrong one. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I've been wrong this whole time and white people actually can see through my eyes. Wow. Fucking annoying. So either make more of an effort to accumulate a black audience or stop speaking on black issues altogether. Especially Vosh. Hi, you said you claim to have said the N-word and say it regularly when you're alone, which is amazing that you actually admitted that over a live stream. I'm actually fucking shocked that you had the audacity to say that live.
This shouldn't be surprising to anyone who watches my content. I say the N-word sometimes in private.
Okay.
I always say it in a non- or anti-racist context. I never call people N-words or anything like that. It's like Joker movie stuff. I've used this example before, but I'm going to give it as an example, and we should all be able to recognize this. Here is an example of using the N-word in a way that I don't consider to be racist, even if you're white, okay? There was a tweet a little while ago, some promotional tweet, saying the movie The Joker is rated R, with a hard R. And someone else tweeted in response, wow, I can't believe The Joker is going to be rated N-word. N-word, like he actually said. I don't think that's particularly racist. It's an absurdist joke. R with a hard R. The joke, obviously, hard R means R-rated, but the joke, hard R, so with the N-word.
That's fucking ridiculous, dude. You need to check yourself. And I don't know if you've gotten my messages on Discord or whatever, but I'd be happy to talk to you about it and educate you on why your white ass should never have let the N-word pass your your lips. It just shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. And I can't believe in 2020 we still need to have this conversation. I can't believe in 2020 I'm still begging leftists to stop using the N-word and to stop answering for black people. I can't believe it. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely fucking bonkers. That's all I wanted to say for now. I have a lot more issues with non-black leftists that I will save maybe for another fucking time. Yeah. If you guys need me to explain to you why you can't say the N-word, hit me up. All my social media is Cakebops with a B. So that's Cakebops, Cakebops. Hit me up and I will be happy to educate all of you on why you shouldn't say the N-word. Because, I mean, it all kind of boils down to you're being disrespectful and you're not doing anything to bring the movement together. Like, you're not showing solidarity. It's as simple as that. Yeah, even as a joke, it's not fucking funny. And I don't care if other black people say you can use it or give you the pass to use it. I don't give a fuck, because the amount of black leftists that I have met that do not want you to use it is enough for me to say that you shouldn't use it. And since you want to, you know, form relationships and have solidarity with other black leftists, right? Since you want to do that, maybe you should respect our community enough to not use it, even if another black person says you can, because that's a fucking stupid excuse. It really is a pathetic excuse. Oh, well, my black friend doesn't care if I say it. Okay. Your black friend doesn't care if you say it. Okay. I don't give a fuck. Have a nice day.